Hello, Grandma and Grandpa. Are you looking for some ways to entertain your grandkids while they're on a road trip, even if they're not with you, but going with their parents? Well, stick around because I have 5 ideas of things that you can get for your grandkids, some of them super inexpensive, that will help make their road trip a little bit more fun and maybe a little bit less boring. Hello, friends, and welcome to the heart of Nanaland, where adventure is brewing, but so is the coffee. My name is Lynn, but my grands know me as Nana, and I have had my grandkids going on several road trips and have tried to think of ways that I could send them off with something fun for their trip. And I want to share with you some of those ideas right now. One year, some of my grandkids were going to Yosemite. So what I did was I created a custom scavenger hunt list, knowing the things that they might see while they were on their trip, or things that I might want them to look for while they were in Yosemite. So one thing you can do, and this doesn't cost anything except a little bit of your time, is to know where your grandkids are going, what they might be traveling through, and create a custom scavenger hunt list. Now, I added a little incentive to mine. I told the grandkids that if they found like 8 out of 10, or I forget exactly how many items I had on the scavenger hunt list, but if they found 8 out of them, let's say 8 out of 10, then when they got back, we would go out and get an ice cream together or lunch or coffee, something like that. And yes, okay, decaf coffee or a frappuccino without coffee in it. You get the idea. But the first idea then is a customized scavenger hunt list created by you based on where they are going on their road trip. So the second idea I want to share with you is something that is helpful when you just don't have the time or the mental bandwidth to create that customized scavenger hunt list I was telling you about. And believe me, I've been there. So the next time they were going on a road trip and I didn't have the time to research where they were going or put together a scavenger hunt list, I went to my favorite place to look for quick and inexpensive ideas and gifts, Etsy. I found these printables that you can download. You can purchase them for like less than $3, and it's super easy. You have your Etsy account, you buy the download, it downloads into your Etsy account, or it can be sent to you by email, and then you download that document, which is a PDF document, to your computer and then print it off on your printer at home. It's helpful to have a color printer because the documents in this particular bundle that I had, which included 40 pages of activities. That's right, 40 pages. And the color, of course, makes it more interesting. And if you didn't have a color printer at home, you could always just send it off to a Staples and have them print it there. There are ways to go ahead and get that done, but it's something that you can do right away, quick and easy, super inexpensive, and tons of fun. And the great thing about these Etsy downloads is you can use them over and over again. So I got them for one trip that they had. Well, they recently went on another road trip, and I just printed off more of the documents, more of the pages, and sent them off with more activities to do. And you can pull out the activities that you think will be more appropriate for your grandkids based on age. So it's really a great, fast, easy, inexpensive thing to send your grandkids off on their road trip with. And I will include a link in the description to the bundle that I purchased on Etsy and some other ones that you might want to take a look at. Idea number 3 is a road trip bingo game. Now, I didn't get this one for my grandkids, the other grandparents did, but I thought it was a super neat idea. And basically, it's just like bingo. You've got all these different images on the card that are related to being on a road trip. And when you find one of the items on there, while you pull a little thing and it shades that little bingo spot on, and you can have a bingo game going on in the car with a parent and the kid or siblings or what have you, and the kids could even play it by themselves. So road trip bingo is number 3, and also a really fun way to spend a little bit of that time on the road for your grandkids. And again, I'll include a link for that on Amazon in the description. Idea number 4 does take a little bit of advanced prep and preparation and time. And I did this for my granddaughter when they were traveling from the East Coast to the West Coast, and they were actually on their way to come visit us. So this is something great that you can do, especially if your grandkids are going to be on a road trip to come see you. And this is what I did. I went to Dollar Tree and I got some of those really inexpensive but really pretty and cute note cards. They're blank on the inside. And I just picked out some different ones that I thought would be cute and that they would like. And then I wrote a note to my granddaughter for each day that I figured they would be on the trip. And I think I might have included one extra in case the road trip was a little bit longer than their parents anticipated. And I would write down, I'm so excited for you. How are you liking your trip? Just a little note in the note card. Put it in an envelope and gave it to their parents ahead of time and said, okay, when you're on this road trip, I want you to take one out and give it to my granddaughter each day of the road trip. Now, you could even have it so that, there's a specific one that you have them open the first day or the second day, and so on until they arrive at their destination or at your house if that's where they're going. Kind of like one of those chains that the kids make out of construction paper to use as a countdown when they're super excited about something like Christmas. Well, you could use these cards in the same way. Write them a little love note. They can use that as a countdown for how soon it's going to be till they get to their destination. You could even write things related to their travels that if they're going to be passing through something in particular, you can make a note about that. And the note cards are something that they may end up keeping, who knows, for the rest of their lives. But I just think that's a really neat, personal, inexpensive way to add a little bit of fun for those grandkids because they're going to be looking for it now each day as each day passes. Now, idea number 5 is not the cheapest idea, okay? It's still budget friendly, but it's definitely not the cheapest idea. But all of my grandkids have one and they all love it. And it's really fun when you're going on a trip. And that is a little digital camera. Now, these cameras are made for kids. They're kind of, they're not completely indestructible, but they're made for little kids. So they can take a beating and they're simple to use so that even the little ones can figure out how to point, click, take a picture. It's all digital so they can go back and kind of look at the picture. The cameras include the ability to have do a little video. Some of them have like little games built into them. In fact, I think all the ones that my grandkids have the little games built into them, but not anything like screen time or where they would be just obsessed with doing the game. It's not like a Game Boy, a Nintendo Game Boy or anything like that. It's mostly the camera aspect that I think is the most appealing because you can give that to the grandkids with the suggestion that they do a photo log of their road trip and take pictures of all the things that they're seeing. And then when they get back, they can sit down and show you what they saw. And the pictures that they took obviously would be important to them, as goofy as some of them may be. But what a precious way to capture memories, but then also share those memories with your grandkids when they are done with their road trip. And you can, with these cameras, then offload the pictures and print them if you wanted to do that. But honestly, I think the kids just have so much fun having the camera, taking the picture, looking at it, that in and of itself is a really fun thing. So there you have it. 5 ideas for fun things that you can give or do for your grandkids for their road trips this summer to help make them more interesting. And if your grown kids, the parents of your grandkids, have kind of gotten on your nerves a little bit lately and, maybe they've corrected you a couple times about what to do with or without the grandkids, that kind of thing. If they're sort of like on your list, here's another bonus idea. Maybe you want to teach your grandkids how to sing 99 bottles of beer on the wall and tell them that is something that you used to do all the time when you were a kid on road trips. Can you just imagine how much fun their parents will have in a car trapped with little ones singing 99 bottles of beer on the wall? No, all right, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying, maybe don't teach them that. But do consider these other 5 ideas as ways to make their road trip more interesting. Now, I'd like to know, have you gone on a road trip with your grandkids? If so, how did that go? What did you do? Have you tried to do something fun to give to your grandkids or make for your grandkids so that they would have more fun on their road trips? Any suggestions that you have, any adventures that you have had concerning road trips, I would love to hear about it in the comments. So please be sure and shoot me a comment. Let us know. Remember, we are all on this grandparenting journey together, and I would love to be able to hear what some of you have done to help make road trips more enjoyable for your grands. Well, thank you for taking the time for being with me here today in Nanaland. I really appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.